He scored a hat trick, and all the credit in the world deserves to go to Tyler Adams because that is the nigga that made this shit go. Like that Bournemouth press is insane. It is insane. And I didn't think a nigga that had hamstring surgery could still move like that. That gives me so much hope for Bukayo down the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Shirtless Plantain Show. This is the weekend review. You have myself, Tosin, your host, alongside Coach and Deen. Fellas, how we doing today?
A lot calmer, but it's flipping cold, man. Like, had a nice look, bro. It got cold out. I left my house without a jacket. Yeah, went on a little date night with my fiance, and on my way back, I'm thinking, God damn, what is this? Like,
could never love any woman enough to be outside in this cold right now, man. And I live in Houston, Texas. It's cold as fuck here, man. I'm not feeling this shit. We can't even leave the house tomorrow, man.
The heating is on. I'm looking at that IKEA blanket like the Green Goblin mask right now.
You know, makes me even colder knowing that we got Inauguration Day and the same day as Martin Luther King Day. That's making me.
That's sad. That is actually sad. So I apologize to my American brethren. I am sorry.
Yeah, man. Johan Cruyff didn't die for that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
neither did Dennis Law. Rest his soul.
It's rest his soul for all. Every single person that I know that knows United, like, they've always got some cool shit to say about Dennis Law. Like, you know, how he was secretly might have been the most talented out of the Trinity and shit like that. It's got some cool shit to say about him. So yeah, shout out to him, man. I obviously was not born. Shit, I don't even think my parents were born when that nigga was tearing it up, man.
I just knew the nigga was a great lawyer, so, you know, respect. Nah, jokes aside, though, I mean, obviously that's if you pay any attention to the sport we love, especially the English game, you know who that is, or at least you should know who that is. You don't have to know everything about his career, but he's definitely an icon. I mean, he's part of the trio statue outside Old Trafford. Right? Yeah, you know, so
won a Ballon d'Or as well.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I thought only niggas from Stoke won Ballon d'Ors. That's crazy to me. But anyway, let's keep it pushing.
Let's start off in the Premier League. Newcastle hosted Bournemouth. They lost 4-1. Justin Kluivert was finishing like his father at Ajax. I was very impressed. That's his second hat-trick this season.
Yeah. This one is way more respectful than the bullshit that he pulled. I forgot who it was against. A hat-trick of penalties, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. But I enjoyed it. I love early kickoffs when the team's getting blown away because it's early in the day and your weekend is fucking ruined. Yeah, and it couldn't happen to a nicer club. Did you know, by the way, guys, he has scored more goals at St. James's Park than his dad did?
Well, his dad didn't do anything for Newcastle.
Everyone has. Everybody did that, man. I've scored more goals at St. James's Park than that nigga, man. He came there to steal money, man. Like, come on, man.
Well, to be fair, he only played there for a year, and I think he got like one goal. So,
like, the crazy thing, that's why, you know, like, I'm a curmudgeon at the best of times, but I was so annoyed by all this. Oh, his daddy used to play at Newcastle, blah, blah, blah. Shit. It's like, nigga, people have sex, people make kids, their kids end up doing a lot of the same shit that they did in life. It's really not that important or interesting. Good for him. He scored a hat trick, and all the credit in the world deserves to go to Tyler Adams because that is the nigga that made this shit go. Like that Bournemouth press is insane. It is insane. And I didn't think a nigga that had hamstring surgery could still move like that. That gives me so much hope for Bukayo down the line.
I was just about to say.
Hey, hold on. But the thing is, though, Tyler Adams is raised on the private equity.
Was he?
He's American.
Oh, okay. Oh, whatever. Hold on a second. Stop with your Yank speak and unhand me, right? I don't know what all this private equity crap is, yeah? What I was going to say, however, was Tyler Adams actually went to St. James's Park to play real and actual bully ball. Whatever the fuck Joe Linton and Guimaraes, all that bullshit they're doing, Tyler Adams defined what bully ball is. He said after the game that he targeted Joe Linton. He went for him. Like, you know how cool that is?
He kicked the shit out of him. I loved it so much. He gave it to Bruno G. He gave it to Joe Linton. He said, fuck Brazil, fuck Lula, fuck Pele, R.I.P. He fucked them niggas up, man. This shit was beautiful to watch, man. Like, it just makes you question how in this league Newcastle managed to have a winning streak that long if they can't play out of the high press that well. Because this happened to them on their own patch. That's insane.
First of all, you need to have good footballers to play out of a press, and they've got wrestlers. I mean, this current batch of Brazil midfielders are just a bunch of wrestlers, but we're spending too much time on these no-mark fucks. So, yeah. great,
It's Dunga's legacy's living on.
Yeah, for real, man.
Hey,
Yo,
man, but,
the way Tyler Adams was moving, right? You would have thought America would have taken another state. He was moving like a real imperialist out there. He was real make America great again out there, man. He was going crazy. You would have thought it was back in Industrial Revolution again.
Special shout out to David Brooks as well. Actually, great game from him as well. Secretly having a really good season for Bournemouth, I think, for all, man.
Yeah. I had to win it the other day too.
Yeah.
And shout out to Antonio Rola. He is a great coach. He's got them boys fired up. They look great out there. So
yeah, at this point, I'm not really interested in anything he does at Bournemouth anymore. I want to see what he does with better players.
Okay,
I'm just interested because I don't know that really, really good players just want to like press like this all the time. But we'll get there in a couple of years.
Yeah. West Ham hosted Crystal Palace and lost 2-0 in the London Derby, Southeast London Derby. Mateta has been eating his Wheaties because he's found his scoring boots. You got a brace. Other one was a penalty the goalkeeper should have saved, but when you got luck on your side like that and you're in form, sometimes the ball just rolls your way. But Mateta, I mean, he's every African parent's dream. You know, my parents, if they saw me like Mateta, cut off my long hair and like, decided to get bald hair. Yeah. He's an African parent's dream, man. He cut his hair off and became a serious person.
Kante's influence is real.
He doesn't got a Kante, man. He's completely bald. Like Godi Makpa. Everything is gone.
Yeah, so what was Kante, bro?
What was Kante? Yeah, what are you, blind?
Kante was bald.
Kante is bald too. I completely forgot. It's been so long. Yeah.
It's like he didn't go to Turkey. He went to Saudi. Okay, he's
still exactly.
Wrong Muslim. My bad.
A couple of my mates were at that game actually, and because West Ham like to fight with everyone, basically, like the tension. Let's fight with their own team. Like, they just fucking hate everyone.
Wait, are West Ham fans Philadelphia Eagle fans?
They hate themselves. They hate everyone. They just want to fight everyone all day long, kind of thing. And they'll just
do they have a jail underneath their stadium?
I don't know. A jail? No. I don't know about all of that. They've got my tax pounds underneath their stadium. I'll tell you that now. You're probably playing for that stadium as well, Tosin, to be honest, man. Like, in one way or the other, like bunch of thieves. But yeah, they were just like, they really hate their fucking team, man. Like they don't like their team. Like it's just from minute one, they're into their own players, they're into themselves and shit. Like it's I've got to get to West Ham a couple more times before the season is out just to laugh at them again because they really, really hate their team, man.
Keep playing, man. They're gonna chase a black man out.
I was gonna say that's one that's very sad, and two, I don't know why you would want to be around that shit. Personally. Me, I like peace. I don't like violence. I'm chilling, man. Like I'm peaceful shooter. Ain't nothing lethal about me. I'll tell you that right now, man. Fuck
Speaking of black men getting sent out, Brentford hosted Liverpool and Darwin Núñez scored a brace, keeping the black flame alive. Wait, you're right. Never mind. Sorry. But yeah, Darwin ended up scoring the brace, so good for him.
Yeah, man. That was this was. It pains me to admit it because these assholes are probably going to win the league, but that was a hell of a performance from Liverpool. I mean, from minute go, they were just peppering Brentford. And Brentford had their chances because, they play on the break. They have Wissa, they have Mbeumo, both of whom are very brave and impressive players. But when you concede 37 shots at home, you're going to lose a game. Like, ain't no, like, the gods of the game will not let you get away with that. The only tragedy of that game was that they waited so long to concede because they gave everyone hope that maybe they were going to take these points off Liverpool. But Darwin Núñez came off the bench and finished like Cavani or some shit, man, because we're not used to that from Darwin Núñez. Like, what the fuck, But yeah, Liverpool, man, it's theirs to lose. Definitely theirs to lose.
Yeah, it is what it is. They were really impressive. But I have to say, I watch Liverpool most weeks, and I'm just left baffled with Konate not getting as many yellow cards as he should. Honestly speaking, Liverpool have done a lot of interesting things this year. No shade to them, but that is the most interesting thing about Liverpool. The fact that this guy can have like 12 or 11 yellow cards this season, he might only have like 3.
There are just some players like that. Like Newcastle has a couple. United used to have someone like Marcus Rojo. Like some players, refs just look at them and they're like, it's fine. And I don't understand it. Like it's maybe like it's a physicality that's obvious to us on TV where we're like, that's a foul. But to person looking at them up close, it's more like, it's fine. That's the only way I can explain it. Because we've never had a player like that at Arsenal that got away with everything from the refs. We've never had that player. So
that's the black privilege the Tories talk about.
Yeah, it must be, man.
By black, you mean fucking burnt toast for Marcus Rojo? Because that is not a nigga.
Liverpool. Speaking of niggas, Liverpool had 37 shots. I know Young Dolph had a song like that. So 100
Was it
socks.
37 or was it 100?
Yeah, he
Same
went
thing.
up to 100. Yeah, and they still missed. But Liverpool got their 2 out that 37. And credit to I hate to do this, but credit to the model Szoboszlai. This is maybe the best game I've ever seen him play for Liverpool. He's usually so anonymous, but he was kind of the one like dragging them along yesterday. So that was impressive.
Yeah, Leicester. Oh, Coach, you got something to say?
I was gonna say Thomas Frank said Liverpool are cut above the other two, and the other two he meant us. And
he says that every fucking week. He said that about Arsenal when we showed up and beat them.
This is the point I was gonna say. It just feels as if this guy, apart from broke shaming his own club, his other shtick is being wowed by every team that seems to beat them at home. Like he's just always got. It's like, how can you be so easily impressed? You're managing the Premier League.
He's like cuck. He's Scandinavian. They're impressed by everything. Like they don't have real problems in those countries. He don't care. Like come on.
That is true.
Leicester hosted Fulham and lost 2-0. Elmo Smith Rowe scored in his 100th appearance in the Premier League. Adama Traore scored, and he's lost like 6-7 games in a row now. Ruud van Nistelrooy, it's tough. Bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say he might be on a chopping block before Ange, which we'll get to. But that's crazy. Like every time I've seen Leicester since he's taken over, I'm not joking. I don't remember them winning a football match. Has he won a full match with them yet?
I'm not sure, but I'm not really sure it matters. Does it matter? Like who are you going to put in charge of that group of players that's going to do something?
Fucking hell, man.
Nigel Atkins.
It's a shit fucking bunch of players. I mean, for half the season they played Danny Ward in goal, and they knew from last season that this was not a Premier League level player. Like they don't have money. They have PSR violations. Like it's all fucked. He just took the job because he was out of work and he wasn't going to be able to stay at United, and he just needed to keep working.
He was basically just in England, bro. He's like I ain't going back.
He was like, I'm here and I have all these turtlenecks. Like, what am I going to do with them? I got to wear these turtlenecks. So he took a job at Leicester, and now his career is going to be shit. Because he coached PSV Eindhoven, correct?
Yep.
That's no disrespect to Leicester because they won a Premier League more recently than my club, but that's a proper club. Why did he leave to go be an assistant to Ten Hag? I never understood that. He wants to be in England so bad.
Brother, if I had the answers, I'd be rich. So here we are. Arsenal hosted Aston Villa, end up 2-2. Coach's edition is out now. Dean's edition with Mitch is out now. Coach, you got anything to add before we move along? Because I want to spend too much time.
I've had a look at some more replays, and I'm just here to say that I was wrong. It was definitely fucking his midriff. I don't know what the fuck you niggas were seeing out there. Fuck all you guys, suck my dick. How about that? But on a more serious note, I do have one more other thing to say. I had an interaction with someone on Blue Sky yesterday, right? I never normally, I wouldn't even say I lost my head kind of thing, but I definitely had a bit of game day psychosis, and we all suffer from it, where everything you seem to see just seems to be something that pisses you off. So I'm going to take my time out, because it's the biggest audience I think I have, to apologize to that person. I'm trying to look for their name, right? But we had an interesting interaction, and I misread and misunderstood what he was getting at. There he is. His name is, I'm not going to say your name, Faji Tarino. Okay, he's at his spatial reasons. How about that, Mr. Spatial Reasons? Yeah. He was basically acknowledging that we actually tend to be a lot more sort of balanced in the way we look at the team, and I read it in the opposite way, basically. So yeah, apologies to you, kind sir. I don't hope you step on a plug today. I hope you step on a Legos. It's not painful. It's not as painful. So yeah.
Oh man, I would like to apologize for you guys having to hear that shit, because nigga, go fight the crowd at West Ham if you want to fight so bad. Like if you're so angry about something, go fight somebody. Go fight somebody in London. I'll beg. People on the internet are not real. Okay?
He wasn't angrier than me yesterday. He went radio silent. Like I was his chick. He's like, I'm not dealing with this bitch anymore.
You tapped out of the pod, nigga. I was like, how am I going to record this by myself?
Tap out that pod when I'm literally looking after my niece. Like, there's nothing I could do. My sister just dumped me on her. I'm a grandma or something, bro. There's nothing I can do about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, you notice that these two do not live in states that have legal marijuana.
Listen, man. I respect Arsenal so much that if someone dumped a small child in my family on me, that child would be in the fucking toilet, locked up while I recorded the pod. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, toilets aren't dangerous. There's nothing dangerous in the bathroom. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, you don't
moving
want
like
to go
Cameron
to
in
be
that.
my sisters. I'm telling you. So
you're moving like Cameron in that one movie with a little girl, just roots kid.
We're not doing that. My niece is my princess, so yeah, we're just
Cameron's a sick man. That's what I want to contribute to the conversation. Cameron's a sick man. Nottingham Forest are continuing their just rumble and their tumble. Beat Southampton 3-2 as they hosted them. It was 3-0 at half. Milenkovic got a disallowed goal in the second half, but Bednarek and Paul Nunachu scored. So if Paul Nunachu has scored on you, I think he might need to kind of go back to tape because he should not be scoring any goals. But
honest, man, he's been close to scoring a bunch, man. Like just off the strength of being a big Wembanyama type nigga. He can't play football, but actually, he do be showing some techer sometimes too, Paul.
Yeah, he's got feet. Like he's
Nigerian. He's Nigerian.
Let's not lie. He's got feet. I think the funniest thing in this game was the 4-1 goal, basically, that Ramsdale quite literally threw into his net. I wish they'd throw some more goals into nets for us, but it is what it is. Referee went to check VAR, and Nottingham Forest fans, and this is a thing that happens at ground sometimes, for whatever reason, they brought out their wallets and their credit cards and started waving it at the ref as he was checking the VAR. And it made me laugh so much because...
I love it.
Because I haven't seen that in years at a ground. Like, the last time I saw that was probably like at Newcastle away, when we were like goading Newcastle fans, and everyone brought out like whatever they could and wave it at their fans. I'm not going to sing the chant they were singing. Maybe I'll tell you guys off camera. But it was one of my favorite chants ever.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, quick shout out to Olaina because this game should have been 3-3. He had a goal line clearance right at the end. So
Ashley Cole vibes, man.
Yeah, and I was just thinking, like, random thought. I feel like defenders should get points in Fantasy Premier League for goal line clearances. Or goal line clearances should count for like 6 points. It's basically a goal that didn't go in, and you prevented that. So give me points, man. I'm desperate. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm so far behind in my league, man. I hate this shit.
Yeah, I had 28 points this week, guys. So yeah, I probably I've tapped out.
By the way, guys, you see what happens, right? When you play for Nigeria, you start doing good things. Like that's what happened to Olaino. And we're gonna talk about Fikayo later. Anyways, Everton, they beat Tottenham 3-2. Moises guys raced through a 3-0 lead. Great goal from Ilman Ndiaye. That was a really, really good goal. Kuvalevsky scored a really nice chip. Richarlison got a late goal, but Moyes boys, man, they're back.
Yeah.
Fun stuff. That first half though was one of the most entertaining halves of football for sure. And it was just weird because I knew that Tottenham were leaving with at least a couple of goals. But I felt like Everton could probably get more as well. They didn't in the end. But yeah, this is the most attacking Everton have been in probably like 3 years. I'm not even joking. Like by far. And it's because Tottenham allow for it.
Yeah, well, but then again, from a Moyes standpoint, like when I think of his approach over the years coaching different teams, outside of the brief period of at United where he was crossing a lot, if I recall correctly, his style is not that different from Dyche's style. So it almost feels as if coming to Everton where one manager basically told the ownership, like, I can't do this shit no more, man. And I don't have the players to even play the style I want to play, which is not that attractive to begin with. All you can do is attack. You got to set them loose and just, because to just keep playing the same way, you're just going to get the same results. And it was nice to see Dominic Calvert-Lewin get one.
He's feet goal as well.
Yeah, it was a nice goal. The Ndiaye goal, though, I don't know if the goal was like really dope or if Dragusin is just really shit or both, but I'm going to go watch that again after this pod. I'll tell you that much. It was a good goal. Yeah. It looked a lot like the Tomori stuff we're going to talk about in a bit, actually.
Yeah.
Man United hosted Brighton, lost 3-1. Dean and I had a good conversation about that. I don't want any words from Coach, only one for Dean. I just got my own thing to say to United fans. Don't be a bunch of bitch ass niggas. It's gonna get tough, and the coach is right.
I have words.
Please, the floor is yours. Go for it.
Well, 2 questions: is Mazraoui okay because he got absolutely battered by the post?
Poleaxed.
No, he's not okay. He's not actually. He needs to go Musk. But what's your other question?
So I didn't see much after that, but he's okay, right?
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay, cool. The second thing is, did everybody see Baleba do the griddy in the Old Trafford tunnel? Because that was fucking hilarious, bro.
That's why we got nothing to say. That's why we got not the stadium down, man. Too much bad vibes in that stadium.
He literally did the good. And it was so funny because it was like my United players walking next to him in the tunnel as well. He's like, I don't give a fuck.
Like what are they gonna do to him? He can literally beat every player up at Man United. He might be the strongest motherfucker in the Premier League, that Baleba boy. Like, I saw Garnacho try to run him late in this game, and it looked just like that picture of Karl Anthony Towns trying to post up DeMarcus Cousins. Like,
Hey, listen,
give that fucking ball, you little nazi prick.
look, all I'm saying is this: if Napoli dropped 60 million euros at our doorstep for that man, sell him and go get
I
yourself
think
a
that'd
nice.
be absolutely mental.
Bro, if they drop 30, sell him.
They already offered 55, and we said no.
That's ridiculous, but whatever. I don't run United.
I don't rate him anyway. Ipswich, they hosted Man City and lost 6-0. Foden got a brace, got an assist, and Dean, the floor is yours.
Yeah.
Sorry, before we go, did Nunez play right back?
Excuse me?
That's what he was listed as.
Darwin Nunez?
Not Nunez, Matthias Nunez.
For City?
Who?
For City.
Bro, come on, man. We don't care about City like that. We don't know what happened there.
Oh.
Are you looking at the lineup right now?
That's what I was saying, yeah.
And they have him at right back?
Yeah, they had him at right back. That's what I was asking. Did he actually play
right back?
Honestly, all I could see from that game, I didn't really pay too much attention while I was watching. I was doing other things. But all I noticed was the fact that KDB kept running through the same space. And this allegedly good coach that was supposed to be the Man United boss, Tosin, Kieran McKenna, what was he doing? Like, because I remember when he came to the Emirates and basically built a fucking bus in front of the net. Why couldn't he do that against City? Why are you losing 6-0 at home? This is the kind of thing that makes the fans turn on you, man. Because maybe it's one of those things where he thought because City have been bad this season, they could go toe-to-toe with them. That was not a good idea because it was so easy for them. So easy. 3 in each half.
Yeah, I mean, he's two biggest attacking talents, and Leif Davis would never ever be enough to go toe to toe. I mean, at least with Brentford have good defenders, and we've got fucking Mikkel Damsgaard to knit shit together. You know what I'm saying? And they've got those two nukes up front. Liam Delap is great, but he's not on the level of Mbeumo and Whistle. You're never ever gonna hurt City trying to go toe to toe. And when it's not gonna work, like ever.
Coach, can we please get the standings in England? I'm tired of this country. Can
Do
we
I
get
have
out of
to?
here?
Do I really have to, bro?
Yeah, and we want to know, is there still a title race? But that's because I'm fighting.
Okay. So, yeah, Liverpool in first, whatever. Arsenal second, 44 points. Tied with Nottingham on 44 points. Man City on 38 points. And Newcastle 38 points as well. Chelsea got a game in hand. They're playing Wolves tomorrow on 37 points. Is there still a title race?
No.
Yes, there is. There is still a title race, but it is probably going to be ending in the next 6 weeks. So, yeah, that's my take on it.
Okay. Are we gonna go over to Germany? Frankfurt beat Dortmund 2-0. No Egyptian, no problem. We go. Hugo Ekitike scored a very classy goal. That's Dean's boy.
That's my boy, man. Like, I'm really hoping. I doubt it though, because I get the sense. I have no evidence to back this besides the fact that he got rid of the Chuckle brothers and he did not like Guendouzi, but those were all assholes anyway. Well, I get the sense that my manager is not a big francophone guy. And as a result, I'm not sure we're going to get Hugo Ekitike. But if there's a striker I want Arsenal to get in the future, that's the guy for me. If everyone keeps crying about Isak, that is the Isak regen with better health settings. So bring him.
And then Rasmus Højlund's brother Oscar got the late winner, which is a funny goal because it just summed up Dortmund. And Dortmund have issues. I think that Nuri Sahin is done.
Damn.
So what is it? Is it Baldy that's taking over from him?
Who? Eric Ten Hag?
Yeah.
Probably. He's got good ties with some people over there, so
I don't know if I like the fit, to be honest. Like
me neither.
Yeah, I don't think I like the fit. Yeah.
Ain't got nothing to do with me, big dog.
I feel like Shaheen is he's like the right profile of coach, but it's just not working out. Like they've
right
had
profile coach just needs to be a better coach, basically.
yeah, like I think right profile in that, Dortmund tend to have a lot of young players, and you need a manager, in my opinion, that's sort of close to those players in age. I think Ten Hag is a little old to be coaching a team that's like really young, even though his greatest success came with a really young team. But that was also many years ago when he was still pretty bald back then too, but he was younger. Yeah. So I think you need a guy that can do the gritty with the players to kind of get through to them. And I think Ten Hag is a little old for that. And he's not Ancelotti. Ancelotti is the one old dude that we feel like can relate to anybody.
Yeah, because Ancelotti does, to me, he gives off very youthful vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like keeping a buck, he does. Like he's been a vet, but I'm old enough to remember him when he didn't have grey hair. Or when he was starting to grey. You see what I'm saying?
Right. He has the same energy as Robert De Niro.
Yes.
Just a cool old dude, man. And Erik Ten Hag has the same energy as every fucking steroid head at my gym.
Speaking of steroids, Bayern Munich run away with his title. They beat Wolfsburg. What happened?
Nah, you messed up. You just said, speaking of steroids, Leon Goretzka got busy this weekend because that is the king of steroids in the sport right there. Remember when that motherfucker showed up on someone? He was just fucking ripped. Like his muscles had muscles. Like his eyebrows were fucking ripped. It's crazy, man. And then he lost his hair too.
Yeah, and then he started talking like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I was like, "Fuck is this?"
But yeah, he had a good weekend. I would not have put money on him getting a double. And Michael Olise, as always, was really smooth in this game. Per usual, like you watch a Bayern game in the Bundesliga. There are a lot of players that have good games in every Bayern game. So much better than every team they face. But somehow the most impressive player in this game for me was a Wolfsburg player, Mohamed Amoura. Never heard of him. Plays for Algeria. Great finishes that gave Neuer no chance. But obviously they didn't come close to winning. It was just goals that went in because sometimes the Bundesliga wants to be entertaining. That's all it was.
Speaking of entertaining, Holstein Kiel, lotion brand, they lost to Hoffenheim 3-1. They hosted them, lost 3-1. Kemmerich was talking all that crazy stuff and got to go. So, sometimes you got to talk crazy and just lead by example. So,
there's that. Man. Sometimes you gotta pull up on a bottle of lotion and squeeze that shit.
I don't think that's how this works, but okay. Stuttgart hosted Freiburg and beat the brakes off of them 4-0. Dennis Undorf bagged again.
You could have prepped me for it, bro. You could have at least told me, oh, okay, we're gonna say some distressing things to you, coach, before this thing, and you just come out and tell me Dennis Undorf scored again.
Do you think life gives you a trigger warning, my nigga? You better deal with your trauma.
I can't lie to you. I don't think I've been more pleased to be like wrong about a player in general though. Like he is really showing up and he's been showing up for like the last 2 years. Really impressive showing in general. Like, happy for him, man.
I mean, success in this sport a lot of the time is just about environment. He was at Brighton and he looked pathetic. Now he's back in Germany and he looks comfortable and he's scoring. Like he came back from injury and it was like he didn't miss a beat. He just started scoring right again. First game scored and he's been scoring ever since. So good for Stuttgart, man.
Yeah. And Bochum, they hosted Leipzig and ended up 3-3. Do you guys remember the name Myron Bodu, the kid from Monaco?
Yeah, sounds real Ghanaian, but I remember him. He
is Ghanaian, actually. He banged in a hat-trick this weekend against Leipzig.
That's crazy. If only the Ghanaian that we pay at my club was that useful. Oh, well.
Marco Rose questioned his team's professionalism after the game. And he might be on the way out. He's handsome though. At least he's got that going for him.
I gotta be real with you. Like, if he's on his way out, then we really should be start unsettling players, man. Just dirty macking all of these players. Like, how about we just start, shit talking like the Rose to Javi Simmons and shit. That's any and everyone that would be willing to come. Like that's how you get players these days, clearly, because nobody wants to fucking move unless they're pushed. Like, let's actually get this ball rolling now, man. Šeško, like, if you want to roll in it, like your coach is leaving anyway, clearly.
Honestly, the more I think about it, the less I want that Edomite. Bring me Openda instead.
Everyone won't be happy with that. But I've been telling niggas about Openda's getting a big move. We're gonna see him explode. He is like the example of everyone that keeps using. Oh yeah, you're not gonna buy a player and he's gonna be ready made. He's gonna come to your club and he's gonna show you how good he. It's Openda, guys. Like I've never been more certain about a player in recent years. It's him. Wherever he goes, gets a big move somewhere, he's gonna explode.
Openda is like he's basically like Brian Mbuemo with hair. That's what he is.
Yeah, and he's right
but
footed.
he's a more rounded player. To be fair, he's a 9. But yeah, I can't wait for him to come to England as long as he doesn't go to Liverpool, which is where he's going to end up. So
yeah.
Leverkusen beat Mönchengladbach 3-1. Wirtz got a double. Patrick Schick is still razor sharp and finishing. The game was over in the 75th. They got late consolation, but this game was pretty much over with. So,
do you know who Schick reminds me of? He reminds me of Edin Dzeko, guys. And it's not because Edin Dzeko is clearly a better footballer than him. Don't get me wrong, but there's a very specific type of 9 that are, like you had it. Van Persie had a little bit of it in him as well. But when they play a specific role in the team, when they're the target man that literally is trying to get specific one-touch finishes, like Dzeko was great at those, even though he had good feet, and Van Persie was great at the one-touch finish at the near post as well. And Schick is great at darting in to the far post and finding space. Like, he's really impressive, man. He really reminds me of Edin Dzeko, man.
Yeah, it's fascinating because when he was a little younger, when he scored that crazy goal at the Euros a couple editions ago for the Czech Republic, or Czechia as they now call themselves, I thought he was going to have a bigger career. And Leverkusen is as high as he got, which is that's no disgrace at all. But I really want to talk about Mr. Wirtz. We all know how great he is. It's getting to the point where when I watch him every week, it feels as if he's too good for the league he's in. He needs to come over to the gulag and come run against some niggas like Saliba and shit. Let me see how good you really are, because it looks too easy for him. He's nutmegging people on his way to score goals, and it's too easy. Come to a real league, bro.
Yeah, Germany along with England should be looking at that World Cup and be thinking we've got the weapons here. Like we've got the weapons.
We're America, okay? Play your fucking lane, nigga.
but yeah, like for real, they should be looking at that World Cup and thinking, yeah, we definitely have enough, like in these one-off games and knockout rounds, for players to just any one of our attacking talents to just take the game by the scruff of our neck, because Wirtz is that type of player. 100%, like he can just do something out of nothing. And then if shit ain't working for him, then they can just rely on Musiala, which is not a bad option, But yeah, I'm impressed with Wirtz. Still a midfielder for me, but yeah.
Wait, you say midfielder or striker? I feel like I'm the one that thinks he's a midfielder. You think he should be further forward? Because I was just about to agree with you. I'm like, you know what? He's too efficient and too good in one-on-ones to be that far back.
Not even a striker. Still a forward for me.
Forward, frontline player. Yeah. I've changed my mind. I know that I agree with you now. He's just playing him in midfield.
Yeah, he's still put it like this. He's the type of player that I could imagine at various clubs. They have two really good midfielders in midfield. Two really good midfielders supplying him basically to do the magic in terms of creating and scoring kind of thing. But I couldn't see him having that responsibility because he has way too much talent in the final third to be hanging out in midfield with the women and children, getting the trenches and do what you're supposed to do.
I dare you, what you just said, I dare you to say that to Carlos Baleba. I dare you. You'll beat your ass, nigga. Women and children.
Coach, can we get the standings in Germany, please?
Of course. Well, you guys already know Bayern are first, but yeah, Bayern in first, 45 points. Leverkusen Leverkusen have turned it around, since the initial wobble. So they're only 4 points behind them. Aren't they playing them? They're playing Bayern Munich soon, aren't they? I feel like they are.
Well, if they are, we'll cover it. That's for damn sure.
Eintracht Frankfurt 36 points, and then Stuttgart in fourth on 32 points. Quickly on Frankfurt, guys, have you seen their turnover of their strikers, what they've done in like the last 3 years?
Yeah, like, they be flipping that work, man.
It's crazy.
like they sold Colomwani for 80 million.
For 80 million, they got it for free.
Man. That's fraud. There's no way. Like, somebody got to look into that. That's crazy. 80 million for Colomwani.
After they got it for free, guys. That's the key thing here. Yeah, man. They it goes back all the way to Sebastian Haller. Like they've been having a good, like they're almost like the German Atletico Madrid.
They figured it out, man. They figured it out. Let's go over to France. Lens hosted PSG and lost 2-1. Babyface Ray scored, aka Bradley Barcoa. He scored a late winner. For PSG's 14th win in 18 games. League's cooked, man.
Oh, I mean, Coach, you got something for this?
I'll be honest with you. I just need to know if him and Luis Enrique have made up or not. Because if they haven't, listen, the Wenger Dome is calling, bro.
Well, I hate that your dreams are so irrational, but they're dreams, and that's why they're irrational. So keep dreaming, bro. The Qataris are not letting that boy go.
Nope.
They're not stupid. They're just rich. They're not stupid.
Yeah, well, I'll take a loan, while they figure whatever else they're gonna do. So
Montpellier beat Monaco 2-1. Monaco's poor form in the league just continues. Yeah, it's just bad over there.
It's embarrassing, man. I actually thought they were going to be the ones to challenge PSG. It looked like that at the beginning of the year, and they've just fallen off so poorly. Like, Adi Hutter, man, I thought you was a real German. Nah, you're not no real German, man. Like,
the one thing
not scared of me
is that he's clearly. We're talking about a manager that is that'll be good for that young players kind of thing. He is good for that young core at Monaco, I still believe, but they're just not putting shit together.
Yeah, I mean, this whatchamacallit, the worst part about this game is that they took the lead, then lost, to a team that's not as good as them. Like, that's never a good sign. And the goals they conceded were so pathetic. One was a terrible back pass, like one of those short back passes that the striker intercepts. He didn't even have to round the keeper, just finished it. Then the second one, ball lost in midfield. They got broken on. Same player scored, a Jordanian named Altamari. Very cool name to me, I think. I feel like it should be on like a luggage brand, like Altamari, Altamari duffels, like some shit like that. I don't know.
That is actually very, very cool. We should patent that.
Hey man, we branding experts on this podcast, man.
Absolutely. And you know what else is coach's brand? Is Jonathan David, because he didn't score a damn goal today. But Leo beat Nice 2-1. And he did get an assist, but he didn't score today. So
yeah, he's multifaceted. You don't have to score every week, Jonathan David. Like, what's that? Scoring every week is lame. Leave that to the lames like Erling Haaland and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Like, imagine scoring every week when you don't get a haircut every week. Like, that's just too much to ask for. That's anti-black. Oh man, they be cutting that nigga's hair with a fucking sickle. That's crazy.
Quickly, actually, is Zergova actually definitely going Napoli?
I don't know, man. It's between him or Garnacho. No one knows. So,
and honestly, I'm not really sure they need either one of them. But we'll talk about that in a moment.
Yeah, Rennes hosted Brest, and Brest beat them 2-1. 3 losses, 3 wins in the last 6. At home in the Brittany Derby against Rennes. So good for them.
Yeah, Ligue 1 is funny because there are all these fucking derbies that I feel like I've been watching Ligue 1 since I was a child. And every year I find out about a new derby in France.
That is very true, actually. It's just everyone's got beef with everyone, man.
It's wild, man. Yeah, like that's very typically French, I feel like,
Yeah,
shout out Brest, man, because they've been they've been our favorite team for a while now on the low, our second favorite team on the low, and they've been really consistent in the Champions League, but very inconsistent in the league. And this is only their second away win of the season, which is crazy given how well they've been playing in the Champions League. So good for them. I'm pleased. I'm very pleased. They scored a pair of goals, and that's all we ask from them every week. Just give us a pair of something, niggas.
Marseille hosted Strasbourg. They tie 1-1. PSG's lead just keeps getting bigger. Nasty Man FC could not do anything against Liam Rosinha's Strasbourg, and that was that.
Yeah, man, it's like that. Let's head on to them standings. We don't got nothing to say about these niggas.
PSG 46 points. They are 9 points ahead of Marseille. Lille on 32 points. Monaco on 31 points in 4th, and Nice on 30 points in 5th. Quickly, actually, before we move on to the next league, I was watching the championship game on Friday. I just remember obviously Liam Rosinha, made a good career in the championship, right? And I don't know if you saw it, but James Trafford, who we don't rate on this pod, made 2 penalty saves. Yeah. And the way he made those 2 penalty saves, basically, he delayed basically them for a total of 5 minutes. 2 minutes and 30, they counted it 2 minutes 30 seconds each time. The first time he basically had his laces undone, and the second time he pulled his hammy. right? And Isidore, the Sunderland striker, has hit the ball in the same place on both penalties. And it was actually really cool because they interviewed Trafford afterwards, and they were like asking what happened. It was like he basically admitted that he was lying, that he was lying about both things, kind of thing.
Right.
But he said it sarcastically, where it was like, yeah, my hammy went, kind of thing, and then he stuck his tongue out, like he stuck his tongue out afterwards. But then I was showing like the camera angles afterwards, and basically so many Burnley players went to Isidore after the game to console him, which I thought was really, really fucking nice, man.
Nice of them, but I just want to make the point that if almost like, let me not even go with a foreigner. If an Arsenal player pulled that shit, you'd never hear the fucking end of it. Yeah. Like, it's cute when a young Englishman does it. Yeah. But when anyone else does it, it's a problem for the English media, but whatever. Keep sticking your tongue out. Somebody gonna get you for that shit, my boy. Somebody gonna get you.
To be honest, he's not very good. So they're talking about they rating him or whatever. No, he's not. James Trafford isn't good, guys.
We don't think he's good, but
Let's go over to La Liga. Real Madrid beat Las Palmas 4-1. No Vinny, no Camavinga, no Modric, no Tchouameni, and there was no problem. Fabio Silva scored 26 seconds into this game. We thought, it would have been crazy because, Barcelona didn't get a result. Atletico Madrid didn't get a result. And when Real Madrid, the press was on for them to win, and they did. Mbappe put on the show, though. He's just fooling around. He is who he is. And then we got a trademark goal from Mr. You-know-who.
Who?
Who else scores bangers on Real Madrid from outside the box?
Yeah, I mean,
how did he score bangers from outside the box? No, he didn't. He didn't score in this game. Did he score in this game?
He did.
I don't remember that. And I watched the game, but I don't remember Valverde doing shit in this game. I remember Mbappe doing cool shit.
They must have disallowed it or something, but I know Brahim Diaz scored and Rodrigo scored, but
right. And then Mbappe scored too.
They must have disallowed it. They must have disallowed
there you go, because I that's from the midweek, my friend. But yeah, this was while I was watching the game, I was thinking to myself, Mbappe is back, and he definitely played like peak Mbappe. But I can't help thinking that every time we've seen a moment during his Real Madrid tenure where he's looked really good, it's generally been without Vinicius.
I was about to say that. I was literally about to say that.
Carry on, coach.
Yeah, they're gonna figure it out eventually. They have no choice. But Rodrigo played on the left, and Rodrigo was good this game. But Rodrigo playing on the left is very different to how Vinny plays on the left. Rodrigo is going to play a much more sacrificial role on the left than Vinny will, and that's going to liberate Mbappe to do his thing, kind of thing. But Rodrigo is always going to deliver. I'll be honest with you. I think Rodrigo. You could argue Rodrigo is as talented as any of the other big players there. Whether it's Bellingham, to be honest, he's more talented than Bellingham, if I'm being frank. But Vinny, Mbappe, like he's not in training. I'm pretty sure the defenders are gonna be like, I don't really want to play against Rodrigo today, and I feel the exact same way about him as I do about Vinny or Mbappe, kind of thing. Like he's that good. But the way he interprets the left wing area is very different to Vinny, because Vinny is all, shall I say, he's a showstopper, and Rodrigo is a quote unquote more humbler in the way he approaches it, kind of thing. So Mbappe's gonna love it personally. I know for a fact Mbappe is much closer with Rodrigo than he is with Vinny in the change room.
Hey man, like with Rodrigo, like I just keep praying that he's learning English, because at some point he needs to go. I'm not saying he needs to go, because people said that about Neymar and the shit didn't work out in the end. But it'd be really nice to see him with more of a prominent role on a different team somewhere else, And I know it's hard to leave Real Madrid, especially if Real Madrid still wants to keep you. But I would so love to see him at Arsenal, even at Chelsea. I hate to admit, I'd love to see him just anywhere else that's sort of closer to being.
They also need a left winger as well, to be honest.
But they bought like 20 of them already. What the fuck? They don't need anything.
Yeah, you can never have too many. And plus, once Cole Palmer gets his opening goal, he's gonna do fuck all after that. So they're gonna do something, So
Leganes beat Atletico Madrid 1-0. Smash and grab. They did Atletico Madrid and Atletico Madrid, and told Diego Simeone go cry about that shit. Hit the wheel right 3 times.
So the winning streak is over, right? So I think they got to 14. They got to 14, right?
I think it was 15. Then
15.
Then they
okay,
got
15. Okay, so they got 15. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Like they'll build up another run again. I think That's fine. Yeah.
Man, this is hurtful. I think before we move on from this, I want to give a quick shout out to Borja Jimenez, the manager of Leganes, because there's nothing more fun. I don't feel as if anyone has really shit on Simeone since Cristiano grabbed his nuts against him when he was playing for Juventus.
Yeah, that was cool.
I actually like Diego Simeone, because he's an elite coach that does it differently from most other coaches, and he just has a spiky attitude, and he's a personality. I love it. But when he gets got like they got, I mean, they hit the post like 3 times in the first half. Then the first action of the second half, Leganes score, and that was the game. Then he gets upset with the other manager, and the other manager doesn't give a fuck. He does this to him. Like, that was great, man, because usually it's Simeone getting away with that shit, like other managers and shit. So it was nice to see him get it for once.
Yeah. Getafe and Barcelona's 1-1. Jules Koundé just continuing his goal scoring madness, whatever he's doing. But it wasn't enough because Arabami scored the equalizer, and that's tough.
Yeah, another game where Barcelona, did what they do, dominated, created chances, missed chances. If Jules Koundé didn't think it was fucking Denzel Dumfries, they might have lost this game. But yeah, coach.
I was gonna say, like, their form is it's really bad. Like, no wins in 4. Like, they lost 2 on the bounce as well. And I know you can play well and still lose games, but the old saying goes, if you lose 1, don't lose 2, kind of thing. Like, and they could very much easily play the exact same way next weekend and lose again. I can see that. Right now, I can see it happening. And I feel like that's the most concerning thing. Like, they're giving up a lot of. It's not just giving up. Every team gives up chances, but they're giving up high quality chances, and that's a much bigger issue. Like, you can't blow everyone away every weekend, even if you are Barcelona. So yeah, they could. Like you said, there needs to be a change in the approach. Slightly, I think. But this kind of approach could potentially work in the Champions League. Who knows?
Girona hosted Sevilla and lost 2-1. Arno Martinez opened the scoring for Girona. A lot of action in that first half. But Saul, equalizer, and Luca Bayo got a goal. So there's that for them.
Yeah, man. Didn't expect that from Sevilla. They're still not far off from the situation they've been in for the last 2-3 seasons, if you will. But they actually outplayed Girona in this game. I did not see that coming. And they deserved the win, like, by a distance. They probably should have won by more, to be honest. Luka Bacchio was a problem. But he's a problem most weeks, to be fair. Most weeks he's a problem.
Who came up the bench for Girona?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we know. Donny van de Beek, we know.
Yep.
I actually forgot about that shit.
Real haters still hate. Celta Vigo lost to Athletic Bilbao 2-1. Well, yes. So they hosted and they lost, and that's what happens. You try to be a nice guest, and sometimes the guests are rude in your house.
Yeah, man. That's some United shit right there. Anywho, standings, coach.
Indeed. So, Real Madrid, are. Pardon me. I just lost it. Sorry. Real Madrid first, 46 points. Atletico Madrid 44 points in second. Barcelona on 39 points. They're tied with Athletic Bilbao, and Bilbao have literally won 4 of their last 5 games. That shows you just how badly Barcelona have fallen off. The fact that
Lamin's been back for a lot of these games, because when they started kind of messing their results up from being at the top of the table was because Lamin was hurt. That's what we thought. Okay, he's back now, and he still can't get it together. That's a shame.
Yeah.
And Villarreal are basically 9 points behind them on 30 points, tied with Mallorca on 30.
Where's Real Betis?
Real Betis on 25 points in 12th place.
Oh, good. Anthony can help them because that's where he's going, apparently. So
yeah, I saw that as well, actually, funny enough.
I'm not really sure he's going to help them, but they'll have to find that out on their own.
And I don't want him in my club. Anyways, let's go to Serie A. Atalanta hosted Napoli and lost 2-3. The game of the weekend, Italy saw Napoli obviously lose. Napoli won. Right. And Retegui opened up the proceedings, which is a really good goal. Napoli fired back. Politano, McTominay. Adam Malukman got his customary goal. Very good goal. That first touch he had on that goal was disgusting.
A little lucky.
Hey, man, if you don't try...
You make your own luck.
Yeah, but Lukaku scored the winner. I don't think Atalanta's in the title race anymore.
It's to me, it's a little early. We did say they might burn out because they had such a great first half of the season, but let's give it a few weeks to see. Like, I personally believe in any season when it's this close kind of thing, especially when it's like more than two teams, you really have to start waiting for everyone to fan out around like mid-Feb to like mid-March. That's where you kind of really see things really taking shape for me. But Atalanta are still, to me, the hope kind of thing. But teams that have been there before, like Napoli, like Inter, they obviously are bigger favorites. But I haven't given up on Atalanta yet, to be honest.
I definitely have. I was just looking at the table, which we'll get to in a little bit, and I was like, yeah, they've allowed a gap to open up. Now it's extra pressure. They're not really built for that. They can do their shit in Europe, but hey, we'll always have the back half of 2024. So that was nice. That was nice. We got an African player of the year out that shit, so, God bless.
Inter beat Empoli 3-1. They responded to Napoli's challenge. Lautaro scored, Denzel Dumfries scored, and last but not least, Marcus Thuram scored.
We're back. We're back, baby. We're back. Some people's strikers go for assists. Some strikers just score goals like they're supposed to. That's what they get paid to do. And that's what Inter did today. Matter of fact, all 4 goal scorers in this game had been paid by Inter at some point or are currently being paid by Inter, because I think Esposito, who plays for Empoli, who scored their consolation goal, Inter player as well. I'm not sure if he's on loan or if they've sold him permanently yet, but he looks kind of tasty. So
are the loan laws different in I know that them guys like to be corrupt and shit. So
yeah, just assume it's different and better, but not worse, but not really true. Really, if any of that didn't make sense to you, it's because nothing really makes sense to me either. But yeah, really impressive from Inter. I mean, you sort of expect this, but watching the game today, they sort of wasted the first half, and I just kept thinking, like, I'm not really sure. I mean, they can certainly win the league in their current form, but as far as Europe goes, to beat the big teams, they need Çalhanoğlu to get healthy. Asllani is a decent player, young player, but him being the anchor in that midfield, it's not going to work for me, brother. Like, it's just not going to work, and that's not to blame a young player that's developing in the game, but if Inter wants to achieve what they're hoping to achieve, because this is a team that was in the Champions League final just 2 seasons ago. The league is sort of not a foregone conclusion. Napoli will be there to the end, obviously, but I'm not judging Inter for not winning the league this year. They've won it a bunch the last couple of years. Like, I think for them, the goal is the European trophy, and they're not doing it without Çalhanoğlu. They need to get him back healthy ASAP.
How bad is the injury?
I actually don't know. I don't know, but we haven't seen him in a while. It keeps, muscle fatigue. I think it's a thigh thing or something, and those muscle injuries, they can be tricky.
I feel like he came off in the Super Cup final, right? Is that when he came off? I feel like that's when he came off.
We watched too much football, bro. I can't remember.
I think that's when it was. I'm like 8% sure, but I want to confirm.
Roma beat Genoa 3-1. Patrick Vieira's record of not having a weight loss in Genoa is over. And long story short, El Shaarawy needs a better barber.
Yeah. Maybe just a different barber.
Different and better. Bologna hosted Monza, beat them 3-1. Inter's target, Santiago Castro, continues great form and goal scoring record. And Daniel Maldini, he got a goal in Monza's losing effort. So
that is, I know I just hated on people and their kids recently, but Paolo Maldini is way cooler than Patrick Kluivert. I don't care if one is black and the other isn't. And I think it's the coolest thing ever that his kid is, Maldini's kid is a striker and he's playing well enough to actually play for Italy. Like, man, I should have had kids sooner, man. That's
I think we had a conversation earlier, though. I think, to be honest, it's almost like he chose a different profession because he was like, I'm not going to be a defender like my dad and my granddad kind of thing. And I think that's probably the coolest shit about it because, Justin, I'm not being funny, being a striker like your dad, like, who cares? Like, where's that imagination there? How about that?
Right. Like, do y'all think, how long do you think it took Daniel to like cook his dad in like a one-on-one in the backyard?
Never has.
Probably never has kind of thing. That's what made him so good to make it to Italy.
Speaking of Paolo Maldini, his Milan side went away to Juventus and lost 2-0. Juventus finally ended their run of ridiculous draws. Mbangula scored a really good, deflection, but Tim Weah's goal, Tim Weah made Fikayo Tomori dance. Like he made that nigga dance. Pulisic is injured. I don't know. Might have inaugurationitis. Might have that.
Because I was looking, I was like, I didn't see you get injured on TV. So are you in Washington D.C., my nigga? Like, what you doing, man? Your Second Amendment Sancho back home, real quick trip.
Honestly.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, because a lot of motherfuckers at the inauguration weekend. Snoop, we looking at you, you dickhead. Anywho,
No way he's there.
you take any check, bro.
Fuck's sake.
Snoop and Shaq never turned down the check.
They never turned down the check.
What, Shaq is there as well?
I didn't say that, but he might as well be. I mean, he cosplays as a fucking police officer. Like, that's even worse.
Yeah. That is true, actually.
Coach, can we get the standards in Italy, please?
Of course you can. Napoli, Cucca di Pasta. They're on 50 points. Inter have a game in hand on them, but they're on 47 points. Atalanta, 43 points. Lazio on 49 points. And they are eagleless. Juve are in 5th on 37 points.
What an interesting week. We got Champions League coming back this week and Europa League, and Conference League and all that. So the fun starts again. Mm-hmm. So keep your hamstrings tight, I guess.
Yeah. Keep them supple.
Yeah, honestly, man.
Y'all got anything y'all want to add before you get out of here, fellas?
No, nothing for me. Like, share, subscribe, keep supporting. Yeah.
I would like, man, fuck all that shit, man. I would like to say a brief prayer for William Saliba's hamstrings, because I can't go through this shit no more, man. I can't live like this anymore, man. This is bullshit. Like, what did I do to deserve this happening to me? Like, I would offer the nigga my hamstrings, but we all know that's not gonna work for nobody. Like, I couldn't even offer Hulk Hogan my hamstrings right now, man. These things are trash. But God, please save my son. Anywho, all right. Like, share, subscribe, all that good shit.
I don't think Hulk Hogan was anything from black people. That's neither here nor there.
He wants your money, though. I'll tell you that much.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are out. Everyone take it easy. Peace.
Peace.
Hey, folks, this is Deen from the Shirtless Plantain Show. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and follow us on all our socials. You can see them right beneath our recordings in every video. Thanks again, and see you on the next one.